Today, we are going to learn how to make our writing more fun, interesting, and deep by using adjectives. As you guys know, adjectives are words that help describe nouns, which are a person, place, or thing. Writers use adjectives to help a reader understand more about what they're reading, and it helps them to visualize what the story is about. Today, we're going to look back at The Monster in My Basement. On page 8, the author says that his hair was red and matted. The author says this to describe the hair of the monster. This helps us to understand what the monster looks like. Let's take a second to think about this. If the author had not said that the monster's hair was red and matted, what could we think about his hair? I want you to turn and talk with your partners for 30 seconds and think about this. For this next part, I will show you guys an example of how to include adjectives into your writing. And my writing, I'm going to write about one of my dogs. So, I like to take my dog to the park and play. So this is without my adjectives. I like to take my dog to the park and play. Now, one way I can make this more descriptive is to say, how can we describe my dog? I like to take my big dog to the park and play. So that's one way you can use it to describe. I use my word big to describe the size of my dog. Or we can say, hold on. I like to take my dog to the park to play when it is sunny and hot outside. So I like to take my dog to the park to play when it is sunny and hot outside. So my adjective would be sunny and hot to describe what the weather is like outside. So I want you guys to help me. We're going to come up with another way. So what is another word I can use to describe the park or my dog? So some adjectives would be colors. We can say that my dog is brown and she's white. So we can say she's brown and white. We can say that she is fluffy. Maybe she has fluffy fur. Or we can say that she is large and tall. Maybe I have a large and tall dog. So those are just some adjectives you guys can use. You can use colors. You can use texture or different characteristics to describe what is going on in your story. So next, I want you guys to practice with your own writing. I'm going to give you guys 20 minutes. You'll choose one sentence from one of your stories, and you're going to add at least one or two adjectives to describe a person, place, or thing in your writing. So just think we're going to use maybe colors. You can use maybe texture, the weather. whatever you're feeling or whatever is describing what's happening in your story. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 20 minutes, and then when we come back, we're going to share. Okay, now that it's been our 20 minutes, I want you guys to share with the class one sentence where you added an adjective to help describe what you wrote in your story. So now, why do you guys think it's important to add an adjective to our writing? What does it help do for our story? It is important to include adjectives in our story because it helps to describe the colors, the size, the shape, and characteristics in our story. And it also helps to deepen the thoughts in our stories and help people visualize what they're reading. So when you are writing, you want to make sure it is helping your readers, whatever you put in your story, it helps your readers to visualize what's happening in the story. So just like how I put that my dog is a large dog, you wouldn't know that. You would just know that she's just a dog if I didn't put that she was large. You would think maybe she's large, maybe she's small. You don't know. So you want to include some describing words to help you figure out or help your readers figure out what's going on in the story, what's happening.